right, turn on the microphone. Yes, there we go. And make sure speakers are turned down. See, two people are on already. How you guys doing this morning? Everybody had their coffee? Other forms of caffeine? Okay, fine. Here we go. I just did an update, so I'm going to be dragging some graphics around in here. Internet's just been crap this morning. Candles, charming. How you guys doing? Let's see. You know, we don't have a King's Challenge button, which is odd. How much time we got here? We got an hour. All right. Just making sure everything's set up already, guys. So, topics to discuss while I wait here for a little bit, and I'll probably shut the stream off, go get what I needed done. I just need to make sure everything was up and running. Well, first of all, I want to say thank you to everybody who reached out to Wonky and stuff. Probably not this go round. I haven't been able to play that much. I've got other. What was that sound? I've got other stuff I got to do for the website. I've got stuff to update. I've got hardware and equipment to go do. And I've got to. This is June. This is the cheapest time of the year to buy hardware and electronic equipment. So I'm spending June's budget and July's budget on hardware this month. So there won't be any giving money to the Chinese on that note. I'm not on strike. First of all, I don't believe in you guys' strike. I think it's a bunch of crap. You're all. What's going on with the Wonky and RRG? I don't know what. He's having a problem with TeamSpeak? I noticed he wasn't on. He's usually on pretty religiously, but he's been isolated from his girlfriend there for a full 2.5, 3 months. So I wouldn't expect much out of him. Let's take a look where we sat. Now, I told everybody, and I don't know how much they paid attention, that one of the reasons I was going to do the first rotation of the King here was because it sucks. We have no coins. Arkin and Lily left RRG. They were in freaking last night. I don't know nothing about it. They were in here a couple hours ago. Huh? Well, Arkin's a hockey coach, and with the shortened season, it's actually more work because you got more drills and stuff to run. So the some of this stuff, and we got a lot of that's going on with the COVID stuff, where people's schedules. It's not when you take this much time off from work. One, you can't wait to get back to work. But two, it is more work because you took that time off. You're behind on everything. So I warned everybody a month ago that we were going to see a drastic change in play style this month. And it's normal this time of year to begin with. It's the end of the quarter. People shouldn't panic. They shouldn't be worried about it. It just is what it is. And the same, it wasn't unexpected. This was a little kingdom off that I picked offbeat, and then COVID hit after I picked it. I'll tell you what, the fact that you guys fell for the scam of the freaking century worldwide on a disease that has killed fewer people than toe fungus. The minute they turned around and announced that they had to file bogus paperwork to make it seem like there are more cases, everybody should have gone out and shot a politician. Oh, hold on. We got to lie to you real quick so we can take your rights. No one ever puts it in the simplest terms that it is. We have to lie to you in order to make you believe the bullshit that we're saying. First it was go out and wear a mask. Then all of a sudden the World Health Organization turns around and says, oh, by the way, if you're healthy and you wear a mask, you're more likely to get sick. And since we're now doing the paperwork of everybody who gets sick has COVID, and then the politicians ran out there and said, hey, we know the mask isn't helping anybody. It's not stopping anything. If you're healthy, it's got nothing. It's actually going to make you sicker. But if you're not wearing it, you don't care. I'm telling you, man, you guys, I don't think people under 40 understand what a right means or how precious it is on the planet. I got it last November. It'll all settle out come around the end of the summer. You guys have been hearing me hack and cough for a year, man. Speaking of, I'm not denying that COVID exists, but it's a cold virus. All right. It's one of many. And since I'm one of these at-risk lungers, I can promise you one thing. There's 1,000 other diseases that will kill me 15 times faster that are in my area because third world country people are allowed to flow across our border. And I live down in this area. It's just is what it is. This stuff works good for does something in the enamel of the teeth, though. Hold on. Where's my mouthwash? Oh, man, you gotta rinse your mouth out. And I don't know where my... Oh, there it is. Then I got a little bit of codeine. The codeine just stops cough muscles from spasming. Doesn't take much. Yeah. became a buzzword. It's a bunch of bullshit. That's all it was. That's all it ever was. It's like all the protests on the TV. I am 100% behind all the political. I have a problem with the way government polices. The problem that I have with it is set up and run as a money laundering system for the Democratic Party. So how the hell does the Democratic Party get to represent the very problem they created? Oh, yeah, there's a media out there that keeps saying, hey, you know what? If you have a problem, we're going to automatically blame the Republicans no matter what the problem is. Or if you've never heard about it yet, that's whose fault it is. Again, we got to lie to you to get you to believe the bullshit that we keep saying. At some point, look, we're heading towards not a revolution, but a restoration. The greatest government on the planet is not in existence anymore. The reason what's not working in the United States is not working in the United States is we're acting like everybody else on the planet. You can't tell the difference between us and Europe. And as long as we keep acting like Europeans, we're going to keep having European problems. What's up, man, David? It's not to pick on you guys in Europe, but there's a reason socialism doesn't work. There's a reason central banking doesn't work. The last 30, 40 years in the United States, we've drifted towards us to making the Federal Reserve work like a central bank system. Every time somebody sneezes, we print money. Yeah, I'm loving this new one. The next round of unemployment extension, Trump turned around and says, look, instead of paying people not to work, how about I give the $600 a month of unemployment to the people who went back to work? So we'll pay you to go back to work. We'll give you extra money. I cannot wait to hear how they're going to argue their way out of people with a job having extra money instead of people without a job having more money. We don't go to the supermarket and cop weapons. What's cop weapons? When you use a loaded word like waffling without anything to back it up, you are pulling into the first I'm going to insult and then I'm going to change the subject, which would be the knee-jerk reaction of everybody who's got a liberal education. So you don't buy weapons. That means we can take you over anytime we want to? Do we have to give you $17 trillion like Obama did? Or maybe we should just eliminate the problem, which is Europe. See, you seem to forget that you got $17 trillion 9 years ago, the machito. We don't go anywhere. We don't do anything. But we did take your money. We threw it down a rat hole. Right? Again, anybody who turns around and says a gun is a problem when you have an attitude behind it, you're just an idiot. My gun is sitting right here, boss. Right here in the desk. Hadn't jumped out and shot nobody today. I don't know. Well, it's an inanimate object. Macheto's over here turning around. Oh my God. Inanimate objects are the plague of the environment. Fuck these people. Go away, Macheto. I'm banning you. Fuck you. I don't like you. I'm so tired of you liberals who want free everything. Go put some fucking work in. Why are you here? How dare I spend my money and my time to educate you when you don't want to know anything? You know it all already. Every insult was intended, Machinto. That's called the change of the subject. We don't go to the supermarket and we don't buy guns. Why not? Got 130 million Americans got guns. You know, the only people throwing firebombs are the idiots who don't own guns. How dumb can you be to not understand the reason I need an AR-15 and a 30-round magazine is on every channel on the planet right now? I don't have a problem with their politics, but the minute you start throwing firebombs at me, I'm going to take action. I'm supposed to sit by and understand your point of view. I don't care what your point of view the minute you start throwing Molotov cocktails in my direction. You decide you're going to burn down my business. You're going to tear up statues that have been around for 100 years. And what's worse, they're not even going after the statues that were built by the Democrats during the freaking Jim Crow laws. Those I kind of understand. I get it. I get that. That was one of those, we're going to keep racism alive by the Democratic parties. I can get that wanting to take them down. But my gosh, man. Why are we taking down the abolitionists? Those are the people trying to stop slavery. Why do we take down those statues? Why do we back a truck up and pull those down? Because you're an ignorant bunch of freaking idiots who don't know shit. You saw something bronze, you headed towards a shiny object, had to destroy it because the world is evil. You've been told that. You believe it. Fuck you guys. I'm not playing with you no more. I'm telling you, we're not heading towards an American Revolution. We're heading towards a restoration. This will be the first time in the history of man a government has ever been put back in place because we're not following what it is we've been doing. The Constitution has not been followed. You're allowed to do whatever the hell you want to do until it affects me. When you have a Molotov cocktail in your hand, you're about to affect me. Yeah. It's not a protest. It's a reason to shoot back. So the very people that want to burn down my business are the very people that want to disarm me. Imagine that. Yeah. When you get right down to this, guys, those of you who know so much about how the world works have never been anywhere in the world. I've been to 27 countries. You just don't know how crappy your life could be. You really don't. Talk to a real somebody who lives underneath a totalitarian regime sometime. They'll laugh at you for having these thoughts that you're thinking. They know you're trying to put back in place a totalitarian regime. All right, so what are we going to do this morning for training, guys? Training is going to be on formations, number of marches. I expect to see 3 full marches. We're going to go over, hold on, we can do some of this early in the video. Pull it on screen here. We got calculators. Okay. So for our kingdom, we're going to be worried about Spinebreaker 2. I'm probably going to rename Spinebreaker 2 to something else. I built these in order. Spinebreaker 2 is getting an update here shortly. I'll be releasing a video of that. There's an adjustment to the tier 10 top line after the Airship update. Also, the tower topper is going to get an adjustment so that it does full marches that are defensive. So, right now to make tower topper work, I think you just add a 0 to what your march cap is, and it'll get you into things. The tower topper is a defensive march builder. So if you send the tower, if you're under somebody else's mega and you know you're going into a tower to defend that tower, the tower topper is probably what you need to be using. But it's really designed for refilling the tower. But after I designed it, Guns of Glory went out there and almost the next week took away the ability to spam marches at towers. This is one of the things where I get a little tired of the communist regime is they think I'm taking something from them by promoting their game. And I can tell you that since I've cut down on the videos in the last month and a half, they've plummeted on freaking. That's why they're trying to discuss people. this every time they've had this little thing, we've had this strike out of nowhere. We're going on strike. All the coiners are going on strike because coiners just are really concerned about the UW gates. Because every coiner I've ever met can't wait to get involved in the gate, right? Oh, wait, they don't give a damn about it because they're coiners. Not that the gates don't need to be updated, but if you think there was a strike based on it, you're wrong. What they're trying to do is create the false sense that they're listening to their people, their customers. They don't listen to their customers. If they listen to their customers, they would have a conversation directly with me. They just don't do that. What they do is they deliberately change things in the game within 8 to 16 hours of me mentioning it, to try and disrupt my business, which doesn't disrupt my business at all. So they've spent 2 years wasting their time trying to waste my time, as well as wasting yours by manipulating things after the fact. They got all the time in the world to hot patch everything but the UW gates, which we've mentioned time and time and time and time again. So because changing the UW gates didn't screw me over. Had I really pushed the gate calculator, the problem with the gates has been it's so damn easy. You knock it down with, you have to, I think we're running 150 troops there just shortly. But that's going to be updated. And then all the people in the contribution area that donate to the military charity, no matter get heated. I know worthless pieces of shit human beings like you, Machito. You back down at the first. The problem is you have no balls. You can't stand up for anything. You can't fight for anything. That's why I'm talking about making sure others have the right to be free. You're talking about, how about we all just sit back and discuss it while they take over everything? You're a worthless human being. You suck in air, you suck in food, you spout thoughts into the air that mean nothing. You're worthless. China is not done. You made a comment that all liberals make. It's not cheeky. So every liberal on the planet's been lying and laughing at us for the last 90 years that they've been trying to take away gun rights. They successfully took some gun rights away there in Germany. Oh, what'd they call those people? Oh, yeah, the Jews. They shoved them in an oven shortly after they did it. Yeah. But, you're intellectually brilliant out there to know. It doesn't matter. If you think I got some ego to stroke, you're wrong. Yeah. It doesn't work that way with me, man. These are practical things on the planet. China is not done. China is taking over Africa as we speak. China is the #1 encroacher of slavery right now on the planet. If you think China has a 50-year plan, Trump can only be around 8 years. He may be disrupting it, but right now China will throw money at every single liberal to cheat, lie, and steal to make sure this problem never occurs again. You just don't comprehend what shitty human beings will do. And then there's people that are on the left that will turn around and sit back and go, maybe we'll sit back and talk about how bad it's going to be. In the last California election, 82 Republicans won the election night. 3.5 hours later, not one single Republican made it into the office because votes were suddenly found out of freaking thin air. Right now, the TV keeps telling everybody Joe Biden, groper in freaking chief, walks up, gropes women constantly on TV, doesn't know where he's at, doesn't know what he's saying, has no clue what he's talking about, is 10 points ahead of Trump. That's how bad America hates having a job. You guys are freaking insane. I don't think the people under 40 have the ability to address deductive reasoning. It's like the KVK this strike. No one's striking. It's just that time of year. There's no middle ground between right and wrong. History is very simple. 5% of a population starts a revolution. That's it, 5%. The United States, the American Revolution was a unique event in man's history because 15% of the population supported it. That means 85% were opposed to America being started. Said you don't even know your history. You don't even understand how human beings work. I'll tell you what sets me off. Every time I see somebody throwing a firebomb and some reporter turns around, looks at the camera and says, well, they're out there protesting. I know no constitutional amendment that gives you authority to throw firebombs at people or property. I'm just unaware of this stuff. All right. Get this down. Didn't I used to have a chat? The ability to have a fact to back up something that's being said. That's the lack of it. Everybody keeps talking about debate or free speech. You know, you cannot debate a liar. You have to duel them. Because they're liars. Nothing can be accomplished by arguing with somebody who's lying all the time. That's why every single channel that goes international keeps telling everybody that Trump's lying, even though he hadn't lied about anything. The first president in history that's actually done what he said he was going to do. You may not like it. Most commie bastards won't like it. But still did exactly what he said he was going to do, and nothing more, nothing less. He's actually gotten much more cautious about, especially like during these riot things, he's turning around saying, well, we're going to go out and protect any statue on federal property. He didn't turn around and say we're going to protect any statue. But I guarantee you there's lawsuits in the works right now where citizens of cities, i.e. Chicago, have sued because the government has decided not to protect the property that they as citizens have paid for, i.e. statues. I'm not angry. I'm deliberate. Why'd I gotta be angry? My face ain't red. I'm not pounding my table. I'm serious. Lie about what there, Rainwater? Well, yeah. Spent 6 years in combat. Oh, lies what Trump does. About what? See, there's what we're talking about, where we just throw general shit out. No facts to back it up. So, what do you lie about, Rainwater? Again, what? The only liar I see right now is you. What is it that he lied about? Man, he's done it for 4 years, according to you. Can you not give us one example? Or are you just another one of these people who spouts off at the mouth with nothing to back it up? That's why you cannot debate a liar. All you're saying is he lied. Nothing to back it up. You're on the side of people I need to be focused at with through a scope. See, that's how that works. You're gonna turn around and lie and get your way? I'm gonna say no. Then what? Fucking unsubscribe then, bitch. I'll tell you right now, any of you guys who don't support Jump, go get a fucking job instead of fucking playing games at 3 in the morning. It's not that hard. I don't need you around. There you go again. See, there's the liberal bullshit there, Rainwater. Everything. Do you need me to point them all out to you? I asked you to point out one, and you've stalled, insulted, and changed the subject. We went over that 10 minutes ago. That's how a liberal debates. You don't actually get anywhere. You don't accomplish anything. You just want to win the argument without a single damn thing being said. Oh, see, I'm muting you now. I haven't silenced you. We're still waiting for you to actually back up one word that you said. There must be so many examples. Go over to CNN. I'm sure they printed up a few live. MSNBC's probably got a whole bunch of stuff that's full of shit. And then I'll actually pull up a real document and blow you out of the water. I need something to work with. But you have no facts to start with. You don't even have a lie to start with. He never said that. Not once. Not once did he say that. The news said that. See, when you watch a news channel that takes things out of context, then you, Jason, might know that what he was talking about was a tube being injected down your throat that showed ultraviolet light being injected in the lungs has been successful at curing COVID almost instantly. But you don't know that because you watch a lying little piece of shit channel, then you repeat that he's the liar. No, Jason, there's not video. There's edited video taken out of context that skips over the fact that they were talking about ultraviolet light. So you watch the whole video and know everything about the ultraviolet light injections that they were talking about. Literally shoving tubes down people's throats. See, again, now you don't want to know the fact. I just showed you what the whole conversation is about. I actually know the argument you're talking about. I remember the speech because I actually watch them live. You know why I watch them live? Because I can't watch any replay, not even on Fox News. They cut and edit what he says to change the meaning of it. I'm just telling you. Oh my God, it's a common freaking search term. Trump ultraviolet transcript. Because so many people spread the freaking lie that you're spreading right now that they had to go Google up Trump ultraviolet transcript. Because reporters were changing the subject in the middle of his conversation. Because he can't trust the people that are trying to report stuff to you. They're not there to report anymore. They're there to be propagandists. Yep. Shit in, shit out. Ever hear of that? What you want to Google is called the Trump ultraviolet transcript. That will correct your thinking of what it is you think you like. So you got another one? Because maybe that one just slid by you. That did happen in under 7 seconds one day at like 9 in the morning. So you guys got to just paying attention. It's not a matter of supporting Trump. It's not a matter of hating Trump. But I damn sure ain't going to support the liar. The liar here was the people who lied about what he said. I got to choose sides here. Am I going to choose the people that lied? I'm going to choose the guy who wasn't lying. You don't even know that. Insult and change a subject. Remember how I said a liberal argues? You've done it 4 times. You cannot provide any backup to your thinking process. You are literally the people shoving Jews into an oven in the 40s, boss. You don't know shit. Good deal, Bahamas. Yeah. I'm arguing with the liberals who are up in the morning. Yeah, you don't know shit. You have no facts. You back nothing up, but you still have an opinion, and you think that's valid just because you have it. It's not. It's a reason to shut the fuck up and not spread any of your mouth to anybody else, especially through my public platform. This is staying live and being shown. I'll tell you why, Jason. Because I want everybody to see exactly what it is you do and how you do it. You've been indoctrinated on how to argue with somebody like me. You have fought for nothing. You know why I know you fought for nothing? You're a born liar the last 4 times, and you can't even back anything up for a fight. If you're going to fight for something, you got to have a reason to fight for it. What right have you fought for? Again, just blatant statements. Jason Rainwater, hero of America, does no shit, but there he is doing the job for us that we can't do for ourselves. Jason, do you think I need you to fight for my rights? Or do you think maybe I'm better qualified at it than you are? I'll tell you one of the reasons you're outclassed in this argument here, Jason. As I sit down with the senators every month, I was a National Deputy Chief of Staff for the Veterans of Foreign Wars, 1.6 million combat veterans in that organization. I sit down and fight with people with freaking Harvard educated lawyers as aides. They are no better than you are. You're right. You don't know any more shit than they do. They just got a fucking pedigree in their stupidity. They don't know a damn thing about the laws they quote. They're always lying about what they're saying. Well, then you damn sure don't know shit if you don't think any more or less qualified. I'm more qualified because I learn more. I read more. I read the most boring and droll shit you've ever seen. So that when I go into a room with somebody with a Harvard education, I can shut them down. 533. Who? Me or Jason Rainwater? Mr. Piss Up a Rope Man. You did get me a little into the, except what? Except what? What are we talking about here? Can we prepare Kingdom to KVK? See, we got people like this. Going to RRG again. We didn't go to RRG last time. People who just know stuff. It's a thought pops in their head, and they think it's automatically valid because they had it. That's not what we did last time. Why do you, my castle's, this is a brand new kingdom, man. What do you need to see my castle for? It looks like everybody else's. Demigod Gaming. What's up? Yeah, I'm yelling at everybody this morning. I had to cut off my damn painkiller so I can communicate. So I'm all irritable. Then I got these liberals out here who just say shit to say shit. Think they're saying the popular thing because they see it on TV all the time. It don't take long to get there. I really would recommend people not go above 29 until you get your stats in a good position. The rush to get C30 is a bad idea right now, unless they change something after this video. But me ranting and raving against the communists, hopefully they turned out real early. Yeah. That's the thing that people don't understand about, like China. China thinks in 50-year cycles. They're one of the few countries on the planet that do that. Hell, I wrote an article back in '98. It's called "The Lie We Tell Ourselves," that we told ourselves, that communism was dead just because Russia was defeated. And in that article, I told everybody that Putin would be back. Can't get to the content. See the freaking bubble? Can't do shit. And this will happen on the schedule of my kingdom, not your kingdom. Yeah. It wasn't a chat. It wasn't a debate. You just flapping off at the gums. Didn't have anything to back it up. Still don't. Trying to change the subject now. Remember, insult, change subject. This is King's Challenge. This is not KVK. We were using the first two King's Challenges to do training. Of the two things that we've done in the last, all the videos and stuff we've done in the last few years, I've deliberately avoided any strategy stuff while 362, we're doing all the strategy things over there. Some of it was development, some of it, you know, and then last October, when I actually got so sick that I had to freaking quit doing the Saturday things. There's no such thing as a KVK strike. People who spend $1,000 a month are not on strike because the UW gates aren't working. Again, you have to apply reality to the situation, not just repeat the bullshit you heard because it sounds like drama that's worth repeating. This would be the fourth GOG strike since I've been playing the game. I've never actually seen the strike. People like to repeat those words because they don't want to spend money, and it becomes the excuse that they were looking for not to spend money. The fact that they didn't want to spend money existed before they heard the word strike. No one is allowed to have the courage of their own convictions and just saying, hey, I'm done spending money on this stuff. I'll tell everybody right now, that June and July, I'm not spending money on GOG. I got hardware stuff to buy this month. So all my budget on this, so I'll stall. And I'll wait and see what they do. And frankly, while I'm stalling, they're going down in traffic. It's been an epic fall off in stats with them, with me not doing videos. I'm their #1 promoter, and I don't even get a conversation with these idiots. So when I leave them to their own devices, they screw stuff up. I have an entire video there, Demigod, on Lord Gear, on the gears on the Airship, on the order in which to put them on. There is an order to add them up with, because you're in a new kingdom, so you need to know which order to be putting them on. Hold on. Matter of fact, I do not know. Must be because I had it started. Hold on. Don't do that first link. There you go. There's 208 videos. Google hides half this stuff. The platform, Google only, out of the 6,100, Google will only send out notifications to about 15% of that. And then I haven't sent out any notifications this morning. Hold on. I wasn't gonna until it actually got to live time. I have more people on instant response than YouTube does. Out of the 6,000, I have more than the 6,000 subscribers. But YouTube only sends out, like I said, about 1,500. Not even that much, about 800 will get notified. And then that'll depend on time of day. Oh, I guess I could do that, huh? Turn around and do a kingdom deal. Where the hell's my... Oh, again. Why is that so big? Jeez. Up. What time is it over there, man? Freaking, my gosh. Night Fury, what time is it over there? In the morning? Oh. King's Challenge. Yes, and confirm. Send message. 3,945 people received the message. I think. Hold on, I gotta go buy a stinking horn. Store. Not a big fan of the loudspeaker. I hate this thing. Yeah. Yeah, I had people from 362 running around telling everybody how they ran me out of the kingdom. And the fact of the matter is, I quit 2 months before they knew I did. That's how much they ran me out. They zeroed a castle that I wasn't in. Because they had little trolls in there. But literally going to other kingdoms older than 362, I think it's 339, and telling those guys like, "Oh yeah, we ran him out of there." Little butt weasel, an Indian named PW. In case you're listening there, PW. Yeah, it got back to me. In case you don't know, thousands of people tell me crap I don't want to know about because I don't care, but it got back to me that you're a spineless little crap who pulls this kind of stuff. I called PW Echo because I would say something in a back room. He'd turn around and repeat it like he had a thought during KVK, and then later told everybody how much he knew. Yeah. So this is just a ripple to that echo. It's still bouncing off the canyon walls a year later. Wait a minute, where's my Mego? There. I bought the thing, didn't I? What the hell? There we go. Damn people freaking. Man, my shoulder is freaking killing me. Every time I drop my mouse on the floor, this little ball pops out. And I can't freaking reach above my head with my left arm. I can't support any weight with it. So I got to get down and on my right arm. Freaking, I dropped my damn mouse like 5 times. That's why I actually got a spare ball, spare mouse, just so I don't have to go fetch this stuff. Can't move my arms above my head. Yeah. Sure, David, I'll get right on repeating the last 3 years real quick for you. It's relevant. Learn how to deductive reasoning and apply. Why do I got to reshoot it with the current graphics? Guys, the Guns of Glory market is not as big as they're claiming. It's a money laundering operation. I know what the actual size of the market is. I'm not chasing it anymore. I could have helped them grow the market if they'd have made some changes to events and styles. The one thing that we just got accomplished is they're going to put in a new event during the downtime of the first 2 months. And simply because they need a certain number of players to pretend like they got enough players putting money in. But the fact of the matter is you can go down to Walmart, buy a Google Play card with drug money, and shove it into the game, and the money winds up in the Cayman Islands. It's a money laundering operation. You don't really think these people are spending $12,000 a month on a phone game, do you? There's guys that if you add up their money, they spent $1.5 million in game. Again, common sense does not follow the logic of what they claim is happening. You're just repeating what other people have said. The it is what it is. I was playing this game when I for a little bit found it on my phone. Right now we're about to move into 7 Days to Die. The will be what we're doing most of our videos on. I'm getting the stuff set up on that now. We'll have other servers. It's going to allow me to ban a good portion of the market from even getting to our website. I don't want to play with you guys, you liberals anymore. Just screw you. You just want stuff for free. You want to have opinions with no facts. I'm just going to start locking you out. Go play somewhere else. I don't give a damn about you. I appreciate it, Jason. Well, I need Google to update the way they do business. They literally take 30% off the top and don't provide a service of automatic interaction. The 7 Days to Die stuff is phenomenal game. It's about to go through a major graphics update. The guy that ran EA Sports back when, what was that game? I want to say Minecraft. He moved over. We now got the building of the zombies. If you haven't played it, we've been addictive in the thing. We're about to do a Blood Moon event. I've got a video of the last Blood Moon up. We did the last Blood Moon live. You want to check out some of that. And then understand that the building and structures that we're in, we built every bit of that brick by brick. So it's 100% our design and influence. And for the month of gameplay, it cost us $3. Yeah, and they're not wanting to spend money, but they get caught in a money hole, suck again. And then once they realize they got caught in a money hole, suck again, they want to back off the GOG, and I get it. The fact of the matter is, when the market hit 50%, looking at my website on phones, we focused on the phones a little bit more. But the reality is, the phone guy that doesn't own a computer is worthless to the market. I'm not saying 100% all of you are, but the reality is you do not convert to capital for anybody that would advertise for us. You don't buy anything. You don't do anything. You only want to give us 5 minutes of attention time. I can't tell you how many thousands upon thousands of people ask me to stop making videos longer than 5 minutes. To make videos solely within the attention span of somebody with no attention span. Yet I am 4 times as popular as the next gamer in conversion rate. Because I explain things. I explain why I think these things. I back it up. And if I wind up being wrong, and somebody says, hey, that's not right, it works this way, then I change what I'm thinking and I change the way I'm doing things. Because I don't want to be wrong. If I overlook something, crap happens. I didn't use... Yeah. Oh my gosh. Shadow, I'm about to burn your account because it's been a troll in the kingdom. CZ's on the big old being hunted list too. You guys want to be trolls and pretend that you're nice and pleasant. I don't know how else to say it other than I'm just going to tell you no. I've had enough. The pretending to be pleasant does not make it work. I look at nothing. I look at nothing but actions, guys, and the actions have been crap lately. Well, I put I put about a year ago when I redid for the new graphics. Then I did redo all the videos, uh, and I went to 4K on everything, and that way people could throw it up on the TV. Uh, you know, you can sit there for almost everybody's got a smart TV nowadays. They don't have a computer, but they got a smart TV, and so you can throw the YouTube up on the smart TV and go through the stuff there. Uh, and you have to shoot the video in 4K in order for it to work on a TV properly. Otherwise, it looks funny. It'll look terrible. The I've invested in sound equipment, of course, and if I would use the sound equipment properly, it does sound proper when I use it, but I don't use it properly, and you can hear that gravelly, raspy thing in my voice. So the limit, there's going to be a limit on how long I do this today because I hurt. I'm smart enough, like if my wife walked in here right now, I just pointed at not with that hand. I just pointed at the door and said, get the hell out, because I'm grouchy as shit when I'm hurting. Yeah, I think I got kicked off like 9 times in Blood War last night. The the where are we sitting at here? What do we got for time? Should be getting close. Yeah, everybody trying to log at the same time. I'm surprised mine didn't crash. I usually get it, you know. I did update my game beforehand. Yeah, I haven't been. I I let Wonky play my account simply because I haven't been able to get on. Not able to get on. I just the having the lights on in here is a pain in the ass. Woohoo! That's better. The they have had a deliberate focus on eliminating farms. They really have. Uh, Not because they think farms are cheating, but they think they can make more money if they make your farms go away. That you'll just start buying things. Uh, the makers of this game need a certain level of activity and certain level of activity of funding in order to launder money through the system. The It's dwindling, it's dying. You're going to protest something, protest the fact that the game exists at this point. Yeah. Oh, I did get sidetracked here. For the 7 days to die portion of what we're doing there, the guys that donate $1 a month to my charity, we're going to have private premium servers. I got a $36,000 server sitting right over there on the desk. And they're going to have a very premium game capability for those who donate $1 a month. So you don't have to pay a company $10 a month to go get your own private server if you want to host it. You can just use one of my publicly hosted, and all you got to do is. My problem is going to wind up being the guy who pays $1 a month and then wants to share the password that month with 20 of his buddies. Because it's just too much for most liberals to come up with $1 when there's free available. Doesn't matter if it's theft. See, theft is free. You know, rioting is also protesting. Your words just don't matter. To me, it's going to be actions. I catch you freaking sharing a login, I'm going to ban your ass. and not just from the server for the game. I'm going to ban your ass from even seeing the damn website. I can do that. I'll make you go away. I hate thieves. I've had every nickel that I've ever had stolen 3 different times in my life. That's why I hate thieves so much. You want to see me get freaking. That guy who is going to attack me, going to kill his march. But I can't message. I don't know. All right. Fury. How many people you got on 420 right now? Oh, okay. You know what? Last time I occupy quick select. I'm not going to sit here and lose a bunch of troops this time. I lost like a bunch of power just to show everybody how it worked. We already demonstrated the cannon stuff. Okay. Do I have enough gold open? I got enough gold open. Okay, so give it a minute. All right, I'm going to have them camp those 2 marches, and then we're going to scout them. And well, we're suffering from the same problems everybody else is suffering from, and that is now that people are going back to work. Uh, it's changing play style, and then there's the premise, that once you quit playing the game for a month, you're so far behind on a phone game that the game is actually just designed to have your attention focused on it damn near 24/7. Yeah. Oh, is my kingdom working for the lag? Yeah, that's no, I have guys having problems. It's a login thing. I was already logged in, so I've been logged in, so it's not giving me problems. Uh, yeah, that's game wide. That's not just per kingdom. If you haven't updated, I've updated to 5.10, and I'm not having any problems. Yeah. Man, I will tell everybody, never, ever, ever, ever again will I put a character together with this crap ass third spec. This was the first time I did it. I'd done all the other specs. What's this called? The one that you put, I thought, well, how hard could it be? I should have been done if I'd have done it in Warrior. Talent points. The explosive spec. Absolutely garbage. Morning Flux. I'm just gonna do some stuff here while everybody's trying to get logged in. I am gotten a little buggy errors though, as you guys can see. I get that exception 6 all the time. Okay. Now, since we're doing this as part of King's training as well as KVK training, guys, when you're picking a king, it is not their ability to annoy as many people as possible on the Inner Kingdom Shout. That is not how you pick your king. Yeah, the error 6 is like everything I clicked was error 6. I am a terrible king in that I constantly do 20-hour days, sometimes 36, 37-hour days, and I don't know what time it is, what day it is half the time because I'm working on something else in my own little world. The best king is somebody who is on a regular basis and can adhere to a schedule. We're going to post the schedule. Now, I think now that we have KVK synchronized, we're used to have them like, was it? Now that we have KVK synchronized, I think I'm going to post the calendar of when to click the buffs so that you can go there with your iPhone and you can click subscribe to the calendar and it will turn around and tell you as king when to click your buff. Because some things you need to do an hour early. The second you're a minute late with some of these things, you just screwed the next king over. Or you screwed the next week over. Because they got these stupid ass 7-day cooldowns. They're not 6-hour cooldown. They're not 6-day cooldown so that you have so that you can roll back time. Nope. We got to make it absolutely once every 7 days. Who cares if the heal buff for the kingdom is 6 days instead of 7? You're going to hit it, but you wind up being late with it. And then at some point, you got to do a reset, which screws over a UAC weekend for your kingdom. The reason you want your heal buff for your UAC is it cuts down on your cost. And I think that's the reason they did that, is to force the gold cost spend. But can't prove it. I can't prove that communists are malicious, worthless piece of crap bastards, but I suspect that it's true. Yeah, I'm just gonna pound this in this morning, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna see how many people I can get to unsubscribe. Get that number down. That number's getting too big. I broke 6,000 subscribers, and all of a sudden, people are freaking contacting me. I got somebody wanting me, and I actually want to say yes to this one. Because anybody that's been on my LinkedIn knows that I do a lot of stuff with high performance vehicles. I'm one of the few people that's certified by Holly to actually build full blown race computers for 100% customized engines. And I had a guy contact me with a package of advertisers if I would put together a YouTube on how to do what I did for some of these high performing engines. Because I got one video that's, I think it might be, I turn it off every once in a while, where I took a 5.3 liter Chevy engine and I ran 850 horsepower off doing nothing but tuning the computer. We ran the thing up to 9,000. We showed it right on the dyno. 850 horsepower pump gas. No turbos, no superchargers, none of that garbage. Just to demonstrate that you can really tweak some timing, as well as some mechanical stuff. And then where we were sitting at with that, once we put the power adders on it, that thing went over a little over 3,000 horsepower with superchargers on it. It run right around 2,800 with turbos on it, but I never filmed any of that stuff because even on just pump gas, running that thing at 850 horses, it was eating dials. Yeah, everybody's saying that. Yep. After this one, I will fade back in the kingdom a little bit, and I'll run around. I'll fall back in power to be about in the. I'll stick somewhere in the top 30 to top 15. I'm not going to try that hard. And not to be an arrogant ass, but I don't have to try as hard. It's quick and easy for me if I'm not slowing down to explain stuff. I go in there, click, 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 and I'm done. And at the end of the day, if I need to, I can just throw money at the problem. But this month, I don't want to throw money at the problem. I'm going to throw money at another problem. I really want to get that 7 days to die stuff up. Ooh, you know what? Hold on. While we're waiting on you guys, see, I was working on this in the background. Well, we'll give them just a few more minutes, especially since it just switched screens. This is me editing film up here. Got my zombies, got my thing in. I've changed my logo up in there. And then what I was waiting on, that's going to be my new intro for that game. Except for there's a screecher scream of one of those undead. It screams real loud, freaking shins a shiver through your spine. I tried to download the audio for it, and it doesn't exist. Nobody's got a copy of that MP3 because they put it in some weird audio format. So I've been spent like the last 5 hours going around provoking the woman. I was slapping her upside the head trying to get her to scream. And on that game, I'm already at level 420 in that game. I've maxed out my character at level 300, and the game level is at 420. The maximum your character can go to is 300, and I'm playing at a game level of 420 with my level 300 character. So even I was slapping her around, like 40, 50 zombies are coming after me solo. I was trying to get her to scream so I can get it on film. And then I can go in there with the film. I can separate the audio from the video. And I'm going to put the audio back into the end of my freaking intro there. If it was not the ally, I would have quit a long time ago. What are you talking about, the ally? Yeah, she was in a Blood War last night. The what was funny is Lawrence is in my alliance here. We actually matched up against Lawrence's alliance in his old kingdom. So Lawrence was playing himself. He was playing on a C39 and he was playing against his C30 in our kingdom. And they had 4 C40s. None of them with, I don't mean to pick on you guys, but not C40 level stats. I mean, they were bigger than our stats, but we're a brand spanking new kingdom. Yeah. Well, I will tell you on picking the Blood War, you do not want to pick the night before KVK. You are going to get matched up against KVK teams. That's just the way that works. If you want to have a fair matchup, you pick the very first Blood War spot early in the morning, and you're more than likely to have a fair matchup there. That's when I would have thought we would have done it because all our freaking events happen at 1400. I have no clue why you picked the. Because a lot of people will do it with their alliance in the 1400 and then switch to the KVK alliance. Every once in a while, you'll roll the KVK team already, which sucks. But all right, so send some scouts. So I parked my castle out in the. We did good in UAC. For people not knowing, we did well. We could have done better. We'd have done better. I was number 2 in UAC. I played for an hour. The so, and we got second or third. I can't remember. The without me there, yeah, without me there, that hurt. They had a player that was 1,500 top lines bigger than me, and she couldn't burn me out though. I was still strong enough to take the hits, and you guys see I got gold just hiding in my bag. There's 100,000 gold just still in my bags. I had like 100,000 open because I did all the testing for the calculator changes, which was my goal. I did that on a couple of hidden accounts that no one's ever seen. I've got a C40 that I do that on, and then I got my other C40 in 362 that I actually don't log in enough to do what I planned on doing with that. What I ought to do is get somebody to buy my C40 in 362. 362 is number 5 in the whole game for an alliance, for a kingdom. So you'd be buying yourself into a kingdom that wins a lot. Matter of fact, if the kingdom wasn't so divided by all the asshole players, it'd be number 1. But they can't get that through their head. You get 2 or 3 guys who spend spend money and insane amounts of money, and they think that automatically means they need to make all the decisions, even if they're poor ones. I don't know, but hold on, I'm gonna. That is not my calculator. I'm not going to shadow. Who is that? That's Shadow. That's running the. That calculator there, that looks like the tower topper. Do, 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 do. Well, well, see, there you go. She decided that my calculator is completely wrong, and therefore she's going to redo the training and what she wanted to do. Yeah. The For those that are in there, stop listening to CZ. CZ does not know what he's talking about. He got proven wrong more than a few times, and I had to throw him out of the alliance because he just wouldn't stop starting drama. I just the guy is about to get uber burned and relentlessly because he will not stop even after we threw him out. And I was giving everybody a chance to calm down and do things. Odin, I'm going to assume he doesn't have enough to fill out his T9s properly. Okay, I'm going to stop now. I don't give a damn if he's your friend. He's still wrong. Just he doesn't back up anything he says. He just says, I got the better way of doing it. Muse won't listen to reason. I say, well, CZ, show me why it's right. And then he changes the subject and insults. Starts yelling Black Lives Matters and runs off and tells everybody how much we hate him. You cannot, I can't hold a conversation with somebody in that way. If CZ has something to teach, I'll learn it. But CZ has never said one sentence that resembles a conversation. You got to back up the bullshit coming out of your mouth at some point. It's math. It's an exact science. It's not guessing. It's either right or it's wrong. If you know where my math is wrong, all you got to do is show me. I got a thing called the Guru calculator. Fill out a spreadsheet. Boom. I'll know in a few seconds whether or not it's right or wrong because I can plug it into a simulator. I got a whole machine sitting over here to plug this stuff into. Sit there and run attacks at each other. Yeah. So it's. ZZ, did you give everybody the bad advice not to listen because you know why? You know more than I do. Everybody sees he's now in charge of 533. He's a random guy that I got warned from his old kingdom. Don't listen to him. He's annoying. He's a fucking pain in the ass. We had to kick him out. That's not my calculator, CZ. Imagine this. I actually have put years of work into it and know what my calculator looks like. That's why I can looking at the screen. I'm not sitting here flopping back and forth between another page. I know what the balance between the rows are. I'm going to show you right now because you want to pop off your mouth. We'll demonstrate why guys like you can't be listened to. All right, let's go back to the shadow report. There's shadow. Okay. There's no way that's the T9 number. You can't control whether or not you're giving advice that's bad. C's, are you here? You know what? I'm done with you here too. You're now banned from the fucking channel, man. Just, God, you've gotten banned from every form of communication. Do you not see a pattern here? And it was that easy. All right, CZ's now gone. I don't have to listen to that bullshit no more. So that everybody else knows, look at Odin's march here. T9 distance is a very powerful troop. There's more cavalry here than there is T9 distance. T9 distance kills cavalry, which protects the infantry. Okay, so when they're coming in, you want that T9 distance in order to kill the cavalry before it kills your infantry. Because once the infantry leg dies, the game dies out behind it. And then going down to his T8 tier, T8 is one of the most powerful defenses in the T8 infantry. Okay, I'm sorry, I had that backwards. That's the infantry on the T9, but this is the number over here that I'm looking for. On the right. I don't know if you can see my mouse. The T8 infantry is 17,000. The T8 cav, now that's a heavy number. But T8 cav is really kick-ass at killing infantry. So this works, but there should be a little more T8 infantry there. We get down to the T6s. They've stacked heavier than what I would have put into the calculator. See, you can't turn around and look at, we can go up here. Let's look at her T6. Even. And we go down to this T6. Offset Spearmen. And the T6 Chargers are light. Now, on your T6 tier, there's something weird about T6 cavalry. They shouldn't be strong, but they tend to kill about 20 to 1. You can't overload them. You got to protect them from above. You're going to lose. You got to have a little bit. See where they got all these T7 infantry? That should be over here on the riflemen to try and protect these T6 chargers. And then the T6 chargers will get about a 21 kill ratio. The whole point to these calculators is to reduce the amount of gold you spend in healing. If you want to tweak your march in a manner that gets you a little bit more kills, it is possible. But you're going to spend a lot more gold, and I mean a lot more gold. So it's about sustainability. And he's got no completed row in T3s. If you don't have your row, don't bring your row. It will actually cause damage to roll stronger. So as they start killing, the damage will go through the T2s, and it will be multiplied when it hits the T4s, which should be a strong tier. Again, that's a good defensive tier. All right. So I'm explaining why I'm having a problem with that. Okay. Same with Papa Bless. Don't bring the tier 10. If you don't have the entire tier, don't bring the tier. It should be more T8 infantry and a little less T8 distance. You want your cavalry and sharpshooters within the numbers like you got there, but you go ahead and slide, for defensive hits, go ahead and slide some over to that T8 infantry. That T8 row almost should be even, almost. T7, see here he's got the marksman protected. Now what's wrong there is those chargers should be up higher than T6 distance. T6 distance is kind of worthless, but the T6 cavalry is a really strong troop. And then your T6 infantry is a strong defensive group. That row's unbalanced. Matter of fact, if that row was flipped, it'd be a perfect row. I know that Papa just slides shit around. He's not using a calculator. We had this conversation before. And when you have T10s, go ahead and bring your T1 tier. That way you can throw. I like what he's got for guards there. Actually, I don't like her. I would have Moppin even at 1 star versus her. The damage number is more important. Steph 326, just absolutely a mess. Adams. Adams, that's a really good march. That's I don't see anything about that I dislike. That's a really good march there, boss. All right. Hold on. What's it? Make sure I spell his name right. Adams. All right. Gotta praise him as much as to tear him down. It's not the point to tear people down. Let's point out who's working right. Okay. All right, let's start at the next one. Okay. Okay, done Papa Bless. He's done. Uh, guys, T1 distance is a good defensive troop, believe it or not. It stops damage from rolling up a little bit. So people love to stack the T2 infantry like he did here, but knocking off 1,200 of those and slapping them down on the T1 distance, not a bunch, but making that T1 distance a little bit overwhelmingly strong, really does stop damage. See, we're trying to roll damage rolls one, boom, 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 and it multiplies or it decreases between the rows, and that's what will stop the hit. The who is this I'm looking at? Arbus. His T6, T4, T6, T4, T1. Do, do, do. Oh, I'm doing him twice, I guess. Shit. Oh, no, I'm not. Okay. Yeah, well, Papa Bless saying there, make sure the tallest hall of war will get you the most troops in a tower. It is not what you have to be for the mega. You could be a C20 with the perfect stats, come in there and mega the tower from the bottom to share your stats with everybody else. But you'd want the biggest hall of war to be the person that's in there. That's true of all buildings, whether you're building them, constructing them, destroying them. The first person in is the one who sets the most troops. Now, something to be said on that is the first person in has to bring a full march. So it's a million. If your Hall of War allows 1,000,000 people in the rally, it's 1,000,000 plus your march cap. So if your march cap's 250,000, it's 1.25 million in there. But if you are the tallest Hall of War and you go in there and you only bring in one troop, you're going to see a tower that says, I have room for 200,000, and then they're not there. And people are going to keep sending troops to the tower, and they're going to keep bouncing off, and they say, I can't get in, it must be glitched. It's because the guy that's running that's holding the thing doesn't have a full march in there. It's that gap is reserved for the guy who went in there first. Yeah, I hope that makes sense, because that's complicated. Now, let's say your tallest guy that goes in there, somebody else megas, and then and then he goes offline. Anybody can renew the mega. It doesn't not take the mega over. You can refresh somebody else's mega while it's active. So before the timer runs out, spend 2,000 of your gold and keep his stats going. What? Are you in something? Oh, excuse me, guys. Poor manners. Sitting there watching me drink codeine. Of course I'm going to get tired. All right. Oof. Oh, for your alliance? Huh? I was just having that conversation about the TeamSpeak. It's like everybody's coming up and like, well, I have bandwidth issues. That's the reason we're using TeamSpeak. The reason we use TeamSpeak, it was designed as a pure communication platform. It literally runs 6K. You can run it on a 56K modem in the highest quality mode, and you don't have to be in the highest quality mode. You can turn it down to 2K to where you're just hearing a voice. It would take you a week at 2K, a 2400 baud modem, to freaking burn up a mega data. I'm not even sure your phone company would be able to recognize that much of a trickle of data. It may not even recognize packets that small with modern bandwidth stuff. They monitor packets in chunks, and it may not even develop a chunk big enough to monitor. But data cannot be, if you're using Discord and Line, people who have limited data plans are never going to be able to use Discord and Line because they have push advertising platforms. That's how they fund themselves. They're constantly pushing updates. Hell, to download the app would probably blow out some people's data plans. It's big enough. But TeamSpeak doesn't have that, doesn't suffer from that problem. Whew. All right, man, I'm about to fall asleep. I've been up all night. I got a blood moon to do after this too. Shit. Yeah. Where's he at? What was B selling me? I want to sell my accounts to you. I got one main castle, 5 farms, and the God Alliance, all for $15. Somebody wants a 5 through 3 starter kit. There you go. Uh, $15, man. He'll sell you 6 accounts and an alliance to go with it. So basic, the whole alliance to go with it. That's not bad for $15. That's an instant farm system right there. Even if his account's crap, it's an instant farm system. Honestly, if I was coming here, I wouldn't start with his crap farm stuff. I would probably start an account fresh and take advantage of all the starter events where you get the Henrys and all that stuff, so you can get your Henry to 4-star right off the bat. Yeah. Man, I need a shower. I've been sitting here too long. I banned CZ and everybody freaking panicked, man. You know what? There's no way that is. Hold on, I'm refreshing this page. Something else went on there. I can't believe nobody said anything for the last hour. Did y'all fall asleep over there on the YouTube? There we go. I need to refresh the page. Something about banning CZ freaking upset my YouTube thing. I've been to Iraq a couple times. Where at in Iraq, Ode? Ah, there was something glitched there. Once I refreshed the page, now I'm seeing the chat go streaming by. So there's a bunch of chat I must have missed. Going back to a previous comment you made in an earlier video. Content creators to link to my channel? I promote content creators from my website. Well, that's the Kurdish area, man. Are you Kurd? You got to excuse everybody else's listener today. They're actually going to know nothing about geography or politics whatsoever, let alone they can't tell you the difference between Iraq and Iran. They sound too similar. I have a handmade silver medallion from the Sumerian force that was surrounded by the Iraqi forces. Very proud. Are you a terrorist rebel that's fighting the Kurds, Zero Day? Put the content together and get back to me, Jason. Right there on Rogers Raiders. Yeah, you can have access to all of yours. I've been trying to pull back from GOG, so the people that want to do that, that's fine. I promote a lot of GOG content. I recommend people go through my videos and go through the topics, everything else, just duplicate the content in your method. I own, I don't own, I control about 45% of all GOG traffic. And then, was that Boss Hog? Because I was telling him that before we start doing videos, he needed to change his name because whatever his name is, it's gonna stick with him. Yeah, once you put it in video, man, it's there forever. Why is everybody sending me freaking scouts? Is there some reason I need to have my screen linked? I don't stream all the days. And streaming, there's no money in streaming. No, there's no money in streaming. So uh, streaming is about market development. It allows people to question what we're doing in real time, and then I can pull up and answer the questions and provide proof of why I'm thinking what I'm thinking, or they can link over what it is they're thinking, and we'll deal with that. That it allows a two-way interaction. But let's see. They're scouts, but they're just annoying. I'm bet that they were sitting there wondering why they controlled all four towers and my power wasn't going down. They know the cannons are firing, but my power is not dropping. And that's because I only got one cav in the palace. You can't kill the last troop with a cannon fire. So I only put one cav in there so that they weren't killing my troops this time. Yeah, just to avoid the damage. Dirty little tricks, man. Dirty little tricks. Ignore. Okay, and I have 220 videos on Guns of Glory alone. Uh, I've got brand power long before YouTube. Matter of fact, my YouTube account predates Google owning YouTube. Favorite flavor of Monster? not a matter of favorites. I tell you, some of the white ones, like a lemon lime. Oh, I just got to where I tolerate them. I used them to kick my Dr. Pepper habit. And then I got they're not kiwi, what are they? There's a couple different ones. The apple ones I kind of like, but whatever they're flavoring those with give me heartburn. Both the apple and the it's not kiwi, it's not peach. I don't know. It comes in a blue can. But these things, yeah. My mobility is so limited these days, I can't do 90% of what I should be. I would never be sitting behind a desk for this period of time that I've done in the last 3 years if it wasn't for my mobility being limited. So that is what it is. The old Mount cider, it's fire. That doesn't describe it. I'm an apple cider fan, but not a great big one. What we got going on here? All right, I'm going to. What's this going to cost me? This is going to cost me big. Man, the number of you guys that have signed up on the website for the texting, man, I've got to say thanks, because that thought of the ability to do that in the back of my head for 5 years now, for any type of magazine, to be able to tell people that I put up a new article. So, and I'm hitting 41 countries with the texting system now. I would like to commercialize a little bit better so that a person could come in and set up, like I have an alliance only texting system. So I can text just the members of my alliance. And I would like to do that to where anybody has a capability, but that's software development stuff that all right, guys. I just don't want the in-game. There's a reason I don't do the in-game stuff, guys. Okay, and hold on 1 second. Send. How many messages does that send out? What country code is +84? Holy crap. Plus, that sounds like one of the Asian. Vietnam. Okay, that's what I thought. You talk about worthless knowledge just floating around in your damn head. The I've been playing the game long enough to know that flashing red screen means bad. Everybody's sending in damn scouts. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even participating much in this event at all. I bought freaking speeding time ups. I even bought the 20,000 troop trainers. I want to be able to pop up, 4 or 5 million troops all at one shot when I'm ready to start doing stuff. But I would stop at 29 for a while, man. I'm serious. I'd wait another whole event. 29. I swear to God, my C29 was stronger than my C30. The minute I popped C30 in this kingdom, it seemed like I got weaker. Same. It's not even a matter. I think once you pop C30, they say, "Hey, he's spending, so nerf his account." I think that's built into the system. There's something about a C30 that's just underwhelming is exactly the word. It's just terrible. Tell the old Mount Sider people to get a hold of me, man. The We're always looking for sponsors. I'm about to add a sponsor section onto the YouTube deal. I hate dealing with money. That's why I let YouTube take 30% of the money. I hate freaking dealing with money. But they don't provide any service for what they take. They take 30% of the work I do. They're providing bandwidth out, but the bandwidth out ain't at the cost of what they're doing. No super chats. I got all the freeloaders on this morning. I'm just going to start poking. You guys don't really, I mean, you see how stiff I'm moving. I'm just so irritated. I'm just going to freaking poke at everybody. I am one of those people, when I'm sick, you don't want to be anywhere near me. And right now I hurt really, really bad. Yeah. You so hairy. I mean, I don't know why people are sitting in the tower still. I don't think they know it. As a, I guess I don't. I can't understand it. That's what you need to do if you want to get generous benefactors. Talking about all these other alliances, my alliances ain't doing shit. Mm-hmm. Okay, we'll pop this up here. Actually, I'll wait for that to come back. So I'll have to go back and edit on this video and add in a link for the calendar that I'll put in. And it'll probably be 10 or 15 days from the time I do this video before I get the calendar stuff set up. We'll start adding to it as we go. Okay. Where are we at? See, we're only at like a 12-minute average watch time, so people's attention spans are. Everybody wonders why I don't do this. I see all the stats. The reality is, our Saturday night drinking party is more popular than actual freaking game stuff. I get the guys that go, "Well, stay on the content." You know, they're the complainers, but they're not the market. And we do the things for the market. We don't do the things for the other stuff. So I haven't done a Saturday night drinking party forever. I don't know if we'll do one tonight or not. All right. So I'm curious why Lily freaking left. I don't know. He didn't tell me last night he was leaving. I talked to him on TeamSpeak for like 4 or 5 hours. I think it had to do with the fact that I was talking about making Wonky the R5 because he's there all the time. He's like, I don't want to be anywhere where Wonky's in charge. That might be why Lily's leaving too. Why? What am I missing? He's scary. He makes the trains run on time. That's important. Yeah. That's because they're not doing stuff like CZ sharing accounts with Shadow, and then like the last time they're changing names and setting up rooms and all kinds of crazy crap right in the middle of the event. Huh? Yeah, but yeah. Well, this room's not locked. I probably should sell my account in 533. I think right now what I'm second or third in stats. I like Wonky too. But Arkin knows Wonky. I don't. I just met Wonky, so there's a reason he quit my alliance at the thought of freaking Wonky being in charge. Shit. I wish people would discuss things with me before they take actions, but oh well. Because basically what that is like leaving me hanging with not knowing full information what the problem might be. I trust Arkin too. You know, Arkin's judgment, in my opinion, is spot on. I think there's very little where he has an independent thought of me, and we're not on the same. And we tend to be on the same track every time. The which is a bad thing. In that, well, it's a good thing that we're going to go down the same road, but it's a bad thing because that road's usually pretty hated by everybody. Uh, it was turned down intentionally. I had a couple people that were just started. They went all out and bought new mics and got no mic control. And I was having a headache the other night. I had to turn down TeamSpeak so that they weren't blasting my ears out when people don't understand that mic control P sounds and B sounds. You get a pop, and even the mic's up close, pop, pop, pop. Freaking loud as shit. Yeah. That, and I've been using my headsets more for recording sound on another game I'm doing. All right. I think looking at the stats, the numbers, and the activity, I'm done. Yeah. Outlaw, you can move yourself, boss. I'm in the open discussion room. There we go. You're live now, Outlaw. Oh, who's dinging me now? What's up, man? Yeah, Shadow, that's the story I hear a week later. But during the day, it was a KVK room for training by an alliance that wasn't showing up to the KVK training we were doing as a kingdom. So, yeah, you pissed me off. Right in the middle of everything that I planned out for 2 months, somebody else decided to do their own thing. What you guys can't see here is her dinging me on the thing. They set up that room right in the middle of the last training 2 weeks ago. Didn't discuss it, didn't ask, just did it. Well, I don't care if you were upset. You literally took 2 months of my work and decided to go do your own thing. You did what CZ does. This is why I don't like CZ. CZ just goes and does what he's going to do, and then he turns around and tells everybody no one's listening to him. But he doesn't understand. He hadn't asked anybody's permission. He hadn't discussed. He has no clue what's going on. Not part of the original discussion, but you want to take action independently of what's going on. You're either part of the group or you're not part of the group. If you're not part of the group, don't start, then you're opposed to the group. You changed your name to somebody else's, made it appear like you were an R4 in their alliance. The R5 of your alliance had no clue what you were doing. Neither did we. What happened there was you don't understand that we don't just turn around and turn on the YouTube and away we go here. We spent 4 weeks discussing what we were going to outline there. It'd never been done before. No one had ever set up a training session in the middle of King's Challenge. We've spent months telling Guns of Glory that the game is too boring during the first 2 months and that their profit model of having people destroy each other's money wasn't going to work. So now they're turning around and they're adding events to it. They've got to stop this slavery selling system that they've got, where one person is spending money to take money from somebody else. That is not gaming. That is slavery. Whoever has the most money owns the other person for their personal entertainment. I don't like it. I'm tired of it. And I'm tired of supporting that country. And I'm tired of supporting the liberal thought process behind it. When they hear the word slavery, they get all knee-jerk freaking through the roof about it. They don't even know what the words mean. Slavery. I provide you housing, food. You work for me, I own you. It's also known as welfare. I provide you food, housing. You'll vote for my program or I'll throw you out on your ass. It's slavery. They haven't come up with a new system. They just changed the word. The Chinese are running it. One person provides more money than the other. I own them. They're there for my personal entertainment. All I have to do is spend more money than you, and I own your account. Your money just became worthless. I don't like that. So I'm trying to change. I've been trying to change the system. For all the reasons to protest something, people should have understood the slavery thing to protest. My God, how many times are you going to ding this, man? Arkin never wanted you to quit. I'm telling you right now, Arkin, you attacked Arkin almost like a religion, Shadow, because you didn't understand what he was saying. You didn't understand how he was saying it. And so everything he said upset you. And the what was behind it wasn't real. The problem you were having was perception. You were offended by everything he said. Everything was against you. I can't fix that. It was your problem. Look, I understand you have a problem with the translator, and I told everybody you transpose verbs. Don't instantly assume what she said is what she meant. So people react to what they read, and it's not what you meant, and you're reacting to what they said based on what you meant and not what you actually said. And that created conflict. Can't fix that. I didn't build the translator. I can't get everybody else to understand how language structure works. I don't know why you're threatening me right now. I don't work for you. I don't know why you're in the tower. I've already checked your marches. I already gave you my comments on the marches. We're done. Then go do that. I don't care. Again, you're under some. Hold on, let me put this out here so everybody can see what you're talking about. I have no personal investment in your life, your gameplay, or false allegiance to random people that you have no clue who they are on the web. One of the problems with this game, and it's not just the game, people will come into a random kingdom, join a random alliance, and be loyal to that. And I'm using their misuse of the word. Be loyal to that without ever understanding who's in charge of what. And people come in to start because they had some problem they couldn't work out with somebody else, usually because they're unreasonable. It's very rare that you're going to get an R5 that is going to take the time to sort out and deal with problems. And when it came to Shadow, I stepped up, but she constantly attacked Arkin. Everything he said was wrong. Everything he said was attacking her. And it wasn't. I read back through it. He said nothing that attacked her. It's just the way she interpreted it. I cannot help anybody when the thought in your head is not the words out of their mouth. but you want to act upon your thoughts and not the reality. I have that problem myself. I'll state something very clearly and direct, and people cannot comprehend direct communication, and they'll interpret it. What's the hitting meaning? See, she's over there throwing some emotional tantrum right now. I don't care. Yeah, this is not what we're here for. These problems repeat over and over and over again. They're predictable. There's only so many personalities out there, only so many educational systems, and your next words coming out of your mouth are almost to the point of predictable. Once you've learned the different systems, it's rare that somebody catches me off guard. But her problem, it winds up being she's not willing to, she didn't listen to a word I said. Arkin's constantly attacking her. But that's under the assumption that I didn't pay attention to what Arkin said. If he had been doing that, I would have dealt with him. He wasn't doing it. Didn't have to deal with anything. The problem wound up being the same problem she created from IPI, in that in RRG, she decided how something was going to be done, and it didn't matter how anybody else was doing it. And anybody that turned around and said, whoa, we're not doing it that way, well, then we were attacking her because we weren't doing it that way. She sat down for a week and set up a schedule on Night Siege, and we just could not get it through her head that the mobs vary from castle to castle, and that you cannot predict with a phone game how many people will be on it Saturday at 2 o'clock. You deal with what you need to know, how the event is played, and you deal with what shows up. It's a last heal the moment event. And so these people that want to be cookie cutter and I'm going to sit down with a pencil and write out the plan, you can't do that. You've got to know how the game works. Same thing with these KVKs. I may get 150 people shows up. I may get 20. Now, if I'm there's a reason we're doing the training and we're doing this live. It's so that other people in other kingdoms know. Make sure your people understand the basics so that you can have anybody fill into a spot. Just, hey, go to this tower. But my God, don't leave people camping. Have some respect for their time. Still ranting on in KC about something no one else cares about. But let me put it to you another way, Shadow. You walked into my training and started with your bullshit, wanted to have your world addressed when you're not a member of my alliance no more. You're not my problem. You haven't been around for 2 weeks. You quit. You started trouble 2 weeks ago. You just sat there and said, I don't understand why you're upset. That's right. You don't understand why you're upset. I'm upset for the same reason. You decided to do what you're going to do. I pity anybody that's in charge, man. To have to deal with people who just cannot get over themselves being alone in a room. How about this, Shadow? Since I'm going to open this up because she's still blathering on. You have a terrible time translating anything. Why would I put you in charge of translating for others? Or wait, you didn't ask. Because I would have explained it to you before you got there. You're not the right person for the job you assigned to yourself without asking anybody. So consider that an attack, just like what Arkin would tell you. You're not the right person for that job. I hate to be blunt, and if you see it as cruel instead of just being honest, I can't help that. It's not my intention to be mean. It's just my intention to move forward. Okay. Get my drama aside. My gosh, guys. Well, and she doesn't know this, but I was telling everybody, I said, having her around's a good thing. And I tried to give her tasks that suited where she excels. But she didn't want to stay in her lane. She wanted to go out of that lane and be, because she's an R4, she wanted to be telling people what to do without knowing what they were doing. Or the fact that we went on TeamSpeak and we said, okay, everybody goes, what do you want to do? She got all upset about the alliance research. It's like, I chose this and somebody changed it and I'm always doing things wrong. It just got corrected because I told everybody on TeamSpeak one night what I wanted to see done for research. And I didn't type it in the R4 room. And I told everybody, I was wrong. I should have typed it in the R4 room. But I didn't do it. Because I have TeamSpeak. I have quick, clear, instant communication where I can be doing something other than looking at this screen while I communicate with people and get things done so that I can multitask. There's a lot of crap that's got to get done that I'm not getting anything accomplished right now for my business while staring at this screen. Nothing. This is a benefit only to those who want to learn something. And right now I'm about to shut off this stream just because we're not learning anything other than the game is set up for trolls. They literally have a psychiatrist over at FunPlus whose job it is to stir up conflict inside the kingdoms to try and get people to spend money out of hate because it's the easiest emotion to tap into. Yeah. I can tell you right now, you've got people who chase the power numbers, all the emotionally distraught coiners who were spending money to get love. wind up in the same alliance together, and people with emotional baggage feed off each other. And you want to see kingdoms destroyed. That's generally how it happens. Instead of spreading those people out, they wind up in the same freaking place, feeding off each other. And they consider it family and people who get me, and I don't have these problems, is like what Shadow's saying. Share the honestly, they'd be better to run the Spinebreaker 2 for the T8s and just move the numbers around. The problem winds up being is that the T8 and T7 tiers, they play with the subclasses, what the subclasses do, and it makes a mess out of T8 stuff. That's why T8 Cavalry's good, but you know, it's yeah. I'll tell you just how tired I am of this bullshit. Right there. I don't give a fuck. Man, I hope this has been helpful for everybody, but I am done with this. The point is to help everybody understand the dynamics of the game so that you can reteach the dynamics of the game. When the thoughts in your head override the facts in front of your face, I can't. It just drives me nuts. I can't fire you. I can't make you go away. I hope the new game that we're playing with here, 7 Days to Die, that you guys come join us with that, because none of the dynamics that you see in this game involved in that game, but it is a wonderful strategy game where the building is free and you can spend 5 hours a week or 50 hours a week and it doesn't cost you a dime to make yourself stronger or weaker. Just it's all about gameplay. So we're going to put some focus into that this summer. Like I said, I've got almost $40,000 that I'm throwing at that development. And the game's been around since 2013. They're about to do a new release, and I can say that it's hard on the graphics card now, and everybody's thinking because the graphics are going to get better in the game in the T19 release, on the Alpha 19 release, that they think because better graphics it's going to be more load. It's actually probably going to be an easier load because they're updating the OpenGL standard, which was outdated when from the original design launch of 2013. So similar thing that Guns of Glory is doing. They just updated all their OpenGL. The reason all the graphics keep changing on Guns of Glory is they've got to update their OpenGL standard because China is 2 decades behind. I just had to update my server over here for the other one that I used, because we were able to use the 2002 video software that everybody thinks this thing's a graphic. It was just behind like nobody's business. All right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you. In the stream and